What's up, baby? What's happening? Welcome to that synth show. Welcome to the Attitude Era. Welcome to Superbooth 2025 Watch with your host, Synth Samurai. And I'll tell you what, I think it's about time after the Moog Messenger tsunami of Synth Mafia releases today. We all saw the videos. We saw so many. We'll probably even watch a couple tonight. I picked my favorite too. And I think one thing we all need to do is sit down, maybe even get on our knees, look up to that big synthesizer in the sky, and thank Uli Behringer. Thank him today, because the Moog Messenger would have never been possible. It would have never got in anybody's hands, and we wouldn't be fortunate enough to be able to taste that sweet, sweet Moog sound for under $1,000 in the beautiful form factor that it got. And I'm not a Moog fan. Everybody who knows me knows I'm not EchoCraft. Do I look like EchoCraft? I'm not a Moog fan. Okay, I'm a Behringer bro for life. So, my opinion is, let's thank Uli, because Uli Behringer and the clone army pressured Moog into an affordable innovation, baby, the birth of the Moog Messenger. For decades, Moog Music stood as a revered monolith in the synthesizer world, synonymous with hand-built excellence, rich analog tones, baby, at premium price tags. To own a Moog meant something to people back in the day, man. It meant status. It meant purity. Okay? It meant that you paid at least a G for it. And you're getting it for under a G now. And what do you think? That's by accident? What do you think that Moog just decided to give you affordable synthesizers? Do you think that that's what happened? No. Along came Uli Behringer, baby, the audio world's most polarizing figure. Some call him a visionary, including myself. Others call him a disruptor. Others call him a copycat with a soldering iron. But no one can deny this. Behringer disrupted the synthesizer market in ways no one saw coming. Through a torrent of affordable analog synths, many modeled on historic classics, he democratized sound design for a new generation. And now, his relentless pressure may have pushed even the great Moog to finally respond. The result? The Moog Messenger, a shockingly affordable, forward-thinking synthesizer that may represent the brand's biggest philosophical shift in the history of the synth elites, okay? The big three: Oberheim, Moog, and of course, Sequential. And let me tell you something right now. Sequential and Oberheim are next. You're gonna see them put out a synthesizer for under $1,000. You watch, because the push is on. Uli Behringer's strategy was super simple, man. He was a disruptor. He made iconic synthesizers that everybody was craving, that all the synthesizer elite companies wouldn't give back to the people. They were only letting people on Reverb pay thousands and thousands of dollars for these vintage synthesizers because they wanted to keep that precious ring to themselves. But guess what? The golem has been crushed. Uli brought them to heel, baby. Armed with a factory in Zonkashadhaina and backed by his parent company, Music Tribe, Uli removed the boutique veil from synthesis. He built instruments for the working musician, not just for collectors or synthfluencers. And with every release, he chipped away at the dominance of the legacy manufacturers, including Moog. And most of all, don't get it twisted, there's a synth war right now, and it's in music versus Music Tribe. And the battle has begun. The message has been sent to Music Tribe, game on. And I think before the smoke is cleared, Music Tribe will probably end up owning In Music, therefore end up ending Moog, fulfilling the great prophecy of Uli Behringer to become the king, finally, of the synth world. Hopefully my audio is good. Hopefully everyone's hanging out, chilling out. Let's keep rolling. I think we're all good. Just let me test everything out, man. Yeah, we're rolling, baby. We're rolling just fine. All right, so Behringer flooded the market with low-cost analogs. More musicians than ever got a chance to get into the synthesizer game. It became a gateway for the everyman to get a hold of these analog ghosts that the big companies wouldn't reproduce. So what did Moog do? They responded, and they responded unexpectedly with a surprise during Superbooth of a synthesizer that brought into it the Mother 32, the D-Fam, the Sub 37, the Matriarch, the Grandmother, the Muse, the Model D. It took everything, all the best it could muster, and crammed it into a perfectly sized form factor that you could take gigging, you could throw in your backpack. And if you even watch the great Mylar Melodies video today, he specifically threw out that anchor. They call that neuro-linguistic programming. He threw out the anchor and said, for most of you, this may be your first synthesizer. And I'll tell you what, for $8.99, this is gonna be a lot of people's first synthesizer. This is gonna be a chance for everybody to get a taste and a touch of Moog, and it's coming quick and it's coming fast, all right? So the Moog Messenger, the innovation's out of control. 256 onboard presets, powerful, insane sequencer with probabilistic controls, intuitive arpeggiator, expression sustain inputs, Eurorack connectivity, an insane new style ladder filter that's revolutionizing things with a resonance bass booster, baby, that's blowing the socks off of everybody, okay? So what's Moog doing? Moog is reaching out, and this is the Behringer effect. It put market pressure meets artistic integrity. Moog Messenger pre-planned evolution, who knows, man? The reaction to Behringer's growing dominance was Moog said, we cannot let Behringer be the gateway. We now know Behringer has proved the formula that people still want analog synthesizers. They're still craving them, okay? So Uli pressured Moog into releasing an entry-level synthesizer. And guess what? I bet you Uli's standing there clapping, man. Clapping today, being like, thank you, thank God, you guys have finally stopped pulling the wool over people's eyes, and you are giving them a very, very powerful piece of equipment for the price. It probably cost them $200 to make it. They're giving it to you for $8.99, okay? Uli showed everybody that it doesn't cost that much to make synthesizers, all right? And you don't need to be ripping people off 24/7, and I'm pumped about the Moog Messenger, all right? Uli Behringer may never get a thank you letter from Moog, but his fingerprints are all over the messenger. His mission to democratize analog synthesis has redefined the entire industry, forcing even its most storied names to rethink what a synthesizer should cost and who it's for. Because if you're not making it for the beginner, if you're not making it for the entry level, if you're not making it for everybody, then who are you really making it for? A bunch of elite, I guess they call them cork sniffers, is what I heard. No, you're making it for everybody. And In Music just sent the signal out, sent the message out that we hear you all, and we're gonna start making synthesizers for a cost that is very, very affordable, so you can also enjoy the analog beauty and the history of Bob Moog that was once unreachable for most, all right? It's no longer just a synth war, baby. It's a synth renaissance. Now let's get going with the show, shall we? I hope you enjoyed that little rant. I'm stealing Echo's rant. I'm just joking. I've been ranting since day one, bro. Come on. All right, let's jump on over, man. Who do we got in the chat here? Let's see. Echo Craft. Hey, oh, baby, I got my new little pop-up thing so I can highlight everybody. We got South Hour. We got Echo Craft. We got Ethos Annihilator. We got Zed Eratone. What's up, baby? Twin Cities Oxygen's in the house. We've got many, many here. Georgie G's is here, baby. Apollo Hanzo. What's up, my man? MC Cayman, all the new people. Colt Corley, baby. What's up, Colt 45? What's happening? I mean, I think $8.99 for this thing is gorgeous. I think the marketing has been impeccable. I think the Synth Mafia Tsunami rollout has been expected, and you know what? It was actually quite glorious. And today was the first time ever that I sat back and I said, you know what? I actually don't mind the Synth Mafia right now. I think that I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job today. The only thing they did, as you do with the Moog, as they did with the Moog Muse, man, they let the synthesizer speak for themselves, you know? But I didn't see a lot of excitement. I didn't see a lot of people fired up. I didn't see a lot of enthusiasm, and I definitely didn't see any damn charisma. But I did see a lot of skill. I've seen a lot of high quality sales pitches, and I've seen a lot of beautiful sounds is what I saw, right? So that's where I come in. I come in to give you a little bit of that je ne sais quoi, a little bit of that fire, a little bit of fire you up. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I was born to do. All right, so let's get going and check out what we got going on here. We got the MOOG Messenger website with all these cool little hieroglyphs. I figured we just look at it. We'll do some Superbooth updates to see what came out today while we're all been working. And after that, maybe we'll just have a little chat and see what's going on. But again, welcome to that synth show. Hope you enjoyed that little opener, and I think it was chef's kiss on this whole situation. And again, Uli baby, if you're listening, thank you on behalf of all the synth renegades. Thank you on behalf of all the Behringer bros. Thank you on behalf of all the digidogs. Thank you on behalf of all the analog aristocrats. And thank you on behalf of the vintage vagabonds. And thank you on behalf of the pros and the bros that you finally have now forced Moog and InMusic to put out a synthesizer at the price it should be for what you're getting, and I think everybody's very happy about it. And please clone it and give it to me for $3.99. All right, so let's check this out. We got Robert Murphy, what's up? Space Capsule, what's happening? I'm just highlighting people's comments. I'm getting used to it. I got this new little thing going on here now where I can post your guys' things up. I thought you could only do it on StreamYard, but I found out we can do it on here. And if you want to take a little look here, here's the layer where we'll be residing. Shout out to the Synth Renegade Mafia and all the fellas and ladies out there. I got a new haircut. I got a little bit of a tan. I'm looking good. I'm looking jacked, baby, because we've been pumping it. We ain't sitting around. We ain't just playing synths. We're getting fired up. All right. Okay. So let's get back to the show here now. Oops, wrong screen. Oh yeah. So let's check it out. Ba-ma-no, 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 ba-ma-no. All right, high demand. Yep, it's on pre-order now. So look at this. I didn't like the look at first. To be honest with you, I still don't like the look. I think it looks sleek, just for me personally. I don't really like, I think the look is too, I'd like a little more color. What's up, Trusto, baby? What's happening? Puerto Rico, baby. What a place. Absolutely fantastic. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans out there. And this was it, man. We got the Geddy Lee Moog Model D, but this is what we came to see. And they did a beautiful little write-up on this. I was checking it out earlier. The marketing has been extraordinary. The video, nothing but the highest of quality. So when the video came out, I think a lot of people said, you know what? This is going to be expensive. And I even predicted, I thought they were going at the TE-05 and the Take 5 from Sequential. I thought they were going at the $12.99. They were going to undercut it a little, but then I was like, it's only a mono synth. Are they really going to go after the 6 voice and the 5 voice? Sorry, the 5 voice TE-05 and Take 5? And they said, know what, man? We're just going to wipe out every mono synth under $1,000. So I think $8.99. I've already got a bunch of people today writing me saying, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. So everybody throw a capital U in the chat as a thank you to Uli, baby, for pushing Moog in this direction and forcing InMusic to finally get into the future and bringing Moog out of this trap they were in that obviously got them into trouble to be sold. This weird old trap they got sucked up in from their insane marketing department they had, and now they finally figured it out. They unleashed the creativity in their talent, and they still got the great engineers, and they put out this beautiful synth. So new method sonic experiment. This is the next classic, and I'm showing to you this now as an update from yesterday. And yeah, shout out to Uli Behringer, baby. Throw your U's in the chat for everybody as a thank you. Very beautiful looking synth. A Messenger's a new monophonic analog keyboard synthesizer designed for electronic musicians, producers, blah, blah, blah. Engineered to open new portals of art and expression through sound, the instrument is ready to be trusted creative companion for any musical genre and style. And a companion it will be, because it comes in a form factor where you can take this thing anywhere. You can throw this in your backpack. You can get your missus to carry it. While you're going and picking up a 6-pack or a 12-pack of beer, she can bring it up to the room while you're carrying the beer up there. While she's getting everything ready, getting dinner ready and all that, you can play on the little synthesizer for a little bit. I think it's cool. An experimental expression engine. So this is where we get deep in this thing, you know? For $8.99, you can get a Matrix Brute. Yeah, you know what? Matrix Brute weighs about 10,000 pounds. You ain't bringing that on no gig. So you know what? Why don't you just get a Matrix Brute and get this? But I'll tell you what, there is no way on earth that the Matrix Brute probably is gonna have that lush Moog sound like this has. I just don't think it will. And I'm a massive fan of the Matrix Brute, okay? Massive, huge fan of the Matrix Brute. But I just think for $8.99, you don't need to get no hand-me-down Matrix Brute off of Reverb where some dude was, you know, got his nasty old fingers all over it. You can go pick up a brand new experimental expression engine Moog Messenger. And I'm glazing this like a donut, and I'm not even a Moog fan, and I ain't getting paid for this. I'm doing this shillbilly style, okay? I'm doing this shillbilly style. So now, you're not bringing your studio on a gig, but you will bring the Moog Messenger, okay? And guess what? We all got synths galore, man. We're all building that generational synth wealth, okay? Yeah, I know the Matrix Brute sounds good, but it's too big. It's too big for most people. It's not a beginner synthesizer. Let's be honest. If you got the Matrix Brute as your first synthesizer, you probably feel pretty overwhelmed, if just on the size alone and the weight of it and where to put it. But if you get the Moog Messenger, I think it's a perfect first synthesizer. To be honest with you, it might be the perfect first synthesizer. All right? It actually might be the perfect first synthesizer. Facts. Bro, I think all purchase. Yeah, get a Behringer Wave first, of course. You get a Behringer Wave for $4.99 or something. Get a Behringer Wave, enjoy yourself. Get 4, 5, 6, 7 Behringers. Thank you, Bob Moog. Now, you don't be thanking Bob Moog for this, because Bob Moog didn't make this. You thank Uli Behringer for this, because Uli Behringer made the Moog Messenger. Okay? He made it happen. He didn't make it, but he made it happen. Because I'm telling you right now, if Behringer didn't push through all the shadow banning and the hate and the boycotts, if they didn't push through all that and put hundreds of thousands of mono modules, polyphonic synthesizers in people's hands, and prove that there was still a thirst for that analog synthesizer in the future present day we are in, you would never have seen this Moog Messenger. It never would have seen the light of day. You would have never been able to get your broke hands on it. But now all the broke boys can pick one of these babies up. All right? And I might even think about getting one. I'm thinking about it. But I might get the Poly D instead, because I still think the Poly D might be better than this. I don't know. I still think the Poly D got this beat, but that's just me. I don't know. I still think the Poly D, 4-voice paraphonic, baby. I don't know. I think the Behringer Monopoly might have this beat too. I don't know. I got to look into it a little more as we go. All right, let's keep going. Blah, blah, blah. Craft soaring leads, deep lush, rambling. Let's get to what it actually has here. This is what I want to see. Endless sonic features. This is official. We've got the res bass switch, which is huge. You've got the low pass mode, adds 2-pole filter slope in addition to the classic Moog 4-pole low pass filter slope, which is huge. And you've got the resonance bass, so you're not losing that low end on anything. Yeah, shout out to the moms out there. We all love our moms. Mother's Day coming up. If your mothers are still around, buy her a Moog Messenger, and then your beautiful mother will look at you and be like, listen, my son, thank you for this. I don't know how to use it, so why don't you take it? And you'd be like, would you do that, Mom? You give that back to me? And she'd be like, yes. She'd be like, all right, baby, let's go out for some sushi. Okay? Inspiration at your fingertips, 32 full-size, semi-weighted keys. I had an argument with Machines One yesterday. He was like, I don't like mini keys, man. Mini keys aren't my thing. It's like, okay, bro, you're not Mozart. But, so they broke out here, 32 full-size, semi-weighted keys, a robust metal panel, 256 presets, knob for function control, no screen needed, super simple, highly intuitive. I think a chimpanzee can use it, because I was watching Mylar Melody's beats earlier, or Mylar Melody, whatever the name of his show is. I was watching a little bit of that earlier on Echo's show, and the dude was explaining it to it like he brought it to a kindergarten class for show and tell with a British accent. I think he's British or Welsh or something. All right. What did Echo say? I meant to say Bob Moog. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be any Moog. That's true. I'll give you that, Echo. I'll give you that. And I even read your comment for free that time, bro. Come on. All right, it's got DCOs. People think DCOs are better. For all the newbies out there and the chimpanzees in the chat, a DCO is a digitally controlled oscillator, okay? A VCO is a voltage controlled oscillator. A VCO has the ability to drift and give you that analog sizzle. The DCO never falls out of tune, but they put special function in these synthesizers digitally to allow you to detune things properly, all right? So that's the difference between a DCO and VCO. Some people think DCOs are better. Some people think VCOs are better. To be honest with you, I like digital, so I don't even care. All right. We got 2 loopable ADSR envelopes, 2 LFOs, oscillator 2, provided well for modulation, okay, CV, in, out, blah, blah, blah. And then we got, the beautiful thing about this is a probability sequencer, 64 step, where you can add notes on the fly, off the fly. But let's just check out a few sounds here, and then we'll go into some Superbooth coverage, because I think everybody is, I told everyone to get the high ground today, because Synthpunk sent me this thing, and we got a whole dossier to Synth Mafia now. We know every member to Synth Mafia, because today everybody got a friggin' Moog messenger. Everybody on Earth got a Moog messenger. I think they gave, that's why it's still on pre-order, because they gave out so many, they got to go make them another batch of them. All right, but anyways, we got a whole dossier now. We know every single member of the Synth Mafia. They just expose themselves. We got a list, about 50 of them that we've compiled and we're leaving in our safe over there for a later date, okay? But we know every member of the Synth Mafia now, and we know as soon as that embargo lifted, boom, 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 boom. We got our team, the Synth Renegade Reconnaissance Squad, got that all log stored, tracked. So we know every member of the Synth Mafia has been log stored and tracked now, okay? Now let's get over to a video here. We got, first up, I wanted to do, which one was I gonna do? This one. So this one's Sweetwater. I want to play a little bit of Sweetwater. I want to hear a little bit of what this sounds like going through effects, because I'm the kind of guy who wouldn't play it dry, baby. I don't like going dry. I like it when it's got some wet effects on it, okay? Because that's what I'm gonna do anyways. I'm gonna whap some effects on it. I'm gonna whap a bit of Reverb. I'm gonna whap a bit of Chroma console. I'm gonna whap a bit of Hedra. I'm gonna whap a bit of Mel9. I'll whap every freaking pedal I got on this thing just to see how it sounds. And one of the cool things about this, you got the audio in, so you can send audio signals into this baby, okay? Let's listen. Just sounds. Because the other Daniel Fisher video echo played, it sounded like Daniel Fisher was at the cigar bar all night, knocking back some Irish whiskey and some big Cubans. Because, you know, that's what he be at. But he still made it into work this morning and did the video, so God bless him. I like that sound. Gotta tell you right now, I didn't listen to this with headphones on yet today. I only listened with my phone today because I was at work, so I popped outside for a little bit, listened for a little bit, and then I didn't get to hear this thing with oh, it's got a stretch, man. I didn't get to hear this thing with these big beautiful cans on or monitors, man. I'll tell you right now, do yourself a disservice if you're saying to yourself, man, this Moog Messenger just doesn't sound like it's got it. I got to tell you what, throw some cans on, some Audio Technicas, okay? Put it on your monitors and get in your room. This thing it's sounding way crazier now than I even thought it was sounding. Whoa, mama. There's nothing I like more than a wind patch either, man. I love that wind. I think that's one of my favorite sounds to make is wind, just noise. And that there sounds exactly like wind. Okay, so whatever's going on there sounds exactly like friggin' wind. Gotta tell you, man, listen, the Bass Station 2 don't sound like this. I don't know. People love the freaking Bass Station 2. I think they just released a Bass Station 2 upgraded thing. We'll check it out in a little bit. But this sounds good, man. But you got to keep in mind, this has got the Nemesis delay on this beauty, right? This might be a reverb and a delay, actually. What's he got it on here? I don't know if he says it or not, but yeah. Dude, listen. You know where that's going? I can put that right there, huh? I can put that right there. I can put that right there. $899. I can save up for that. That'll take. I'll work some overtime shifts. I know that I'm thinking about getting that hot dog stand as well. If I can get that hot dog stand, I should be able to whack hot dogs off that thing, no problem, flat out on the weekends. With that hot dog stand, I'll be able to pick up that in no time, but I got to save up for it. I can't buy it just yet because I'm not one of those guys who's got that flush money, okay? I'm one of those guys who's got to work for it, okay? I work hard for my money, so my money works hard for me. Do you understand? You're right though, Behringer Poly D on that rack for $499. That's half the price. Half the price I can get a Behringer Poly D that's got a sequencer. It's 4-note paraphonic, chorus and delay built in, or distortion built in. Sounds gigantic, but the thing is, I don't have no nostalgia for analog ghosts, okay? I'm a digital guy. I like digital. Specifically, I like hybrids the most, okay? But for $899 to pick up a Moog, just to say you got it, just so I can look at Echo, bro, and be like, I got your little bro, the messenger, man. You got the big bro Muse. You're my big bro. I'm little bro. I don't think I can deal with a Muse right now, okay? I just don't have the bandwidth at the moment to deal with a Moog Muse. But I do have the bandwidth at the moment to deal with a Moog Messenger, all right? That's what I got the bandwidth for right now. The Poly N Mess is cool, and we'll check that as well, because that's awesome. I'll sell you one of my Poly Ds. You got 2 Poly Ds? Come on. I don't buy Behringers used because they're so cheap new. I only buy them new. Price is right. Lot going on there. Whole lot going on. Someone just said the build quality on the Moog will be better on the Moog. Yeah. Build quality on the Moog will be better on a Moog. I think everybody said that this looked like Roland JD 8000 or something, plastic. This is all metal. It's been confirmed. All metal chassis. It's still got the knobs that you buy from Alibaba, so there's nothing special about these knobs. Let's just hope that they don't crack, because Behringer's got a few issues with cracking knobs, but I think that someone from MOOG might be, or Sequential, or one of those companies might be working in the factories over in China and they're sabotaging the knobs. That's what I heard online. Allegedly. That's not me saying that. I heard that on the forums. Some people were saying that they had some workers from the big companies going into the Behringer factory, somehow getting a job in the Behringer factory, and they were sabotaging the knobs, because the Behringer synthesizers sound so awesome. The build quality is so great. They were having almost zero issues, okay? Almost into the negative issues. They were almost having so few issues that people started calling in to Behringer corporate and being like, how come my knobs are still sorry. This is just natural. I was confused. The knobs are fine. Sorry. Lot going on there. So what I want to do, I picked the two videos that I thought would showcase this to the best ability. We got the Daniel Fisher. Daniel Fisher for me is who I go to if I just want to hear what the Magic Man can do. And I want to hear him because he knows the intricacies of synthesis. So he can really pull out some amazing sounds from this thing. And also he's got the stereo delay on this beauty, which is bringing it out. But we got this one here. I just want to see, because I feel like sometimes when you get somebody like Emily Hopkins, the wonderful Emily Hopkins, the legendary Emily Hopkins, okay? The goddess on the hill. When you get Emily Hopkins, who's into guitar pedals and harps, and somehow she manifested this Moog Messenger into her lap, and I just want to see what she has to say about it, because this is supposed to be a beginner synthesizer. So who better to showcase a beginner synthesizer than somebody who has tons of people on her channel who may not own a synthesizer? They may own tons of guitar pedals. They may own tons of harps. They may own tons of other things, or they may just enjoy going on her channel and giving her $5 every 15 seconds. I don't know, but I want to see what this wonderful lady says about this real quick. So shout out to Emily Hopkins, the harp lady. And if you guys don't know her, I'll throw her down in the chat as a little shout out to her. Wha-bam. Hit it.
This is the Moog Messenger, and it's a monophonic analog synth with a ton of features. It's got an arpeggiator, it's got a sequencer, and anything that you'd probably want from an analog synth of this size, including MIDI and CV capabilities. It can sound like this. Like this.
Listen, man, she don't mess around either, dude. When she makes a video, she's like, sounds like this, okay? And like this, and like that, hit it, and like that, and like that, and like that, okay? Whoop-bam, 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 whoop-bam. And the cool thing about it is when you do it through the, she's got lots of guitar pedals, so this is a non-effects inserted synthesizer, okay? There's no synths on the, or no effects in this, so you're gonna have to pair it with some guitar pedals or some dirty old VSTDs, whatever you're into. But I'm more into guitar pedals.
It can sound like this. And it can also do a lot of other stuff that we're gonna get into.
Alert, breaking news straight from Eduardo Neves. Eduardo Neves says, it's not all metal. The bottom plate is plastic and the top plate is indeed powder coated metal. Okay, we got some plastic in there. I didn't know that. The Synth Mafia, all I heard today was all metal, all metal, all metal, all metal. So we've got an alternative fact coming in here. The bottom may in fact be plastic. So I don't know what that says, but to me it says it's going to make it lighter. Okay, she's smart. She's shilling the Mercury X, okay, from Meris. She's also shilling the Von Gon replay in there. She's also shilling the Von Con pedals. So this is a wonderful amalgamate. Okay, listen, if you want a textbook 101 lesson in how to embed advertising into a totally separate product, you're witnessing it here. This is textbook A++, triple A level marketing right here. I got to give it to her. This is fantastic. Like my buddy Sammy O'Reilly says, like Uncle Sammy O'Reilly says, baby, metal rusts, plastic lasts forever. All right? Metal rusts, plastic lasts forever. Plastic is the diamond of the material, okay? It ain't metal, baby. Metal rusts, plastic lasts forever, okay? So nothing wrong with a little plastic, okay? Wood rots, metal rusts, but plastic lasts forever, baby. Shout out to all the plastic playboys in the house tonight. All right, let's get down to some business here, shall we? Is this let's how it works. We know how it works. What do we want to see here? Actually, let's see her explain how it works.
Back to, and I'm going to cycle through some random presets to show you the variety of sounds you can dial in.
Let's go,
you can get some basic waveform sounds like this, some percussive sounds, some weird stuff with the envelope and LFO.
So, if you don't know about Harp Lady, a lot of her fan base, this isn't a neg because it's an issue all across America and the globe. A lot of her fan base has ADHD, and their attention span is like, I mean, it's small, okay? So this is why she's whipping through this so fast. Like, no, because you can't have them click away. So you got to go quick. Snap, 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 snap. Not like the Synth Renegade fan base. We'll sit down through 12-hour live stream and have a chat. We'll go for dinner and come back, baby. Okay? That's our attention spans. Fast.
You can also recall some arpeggiator settings. If you get lost and just want a basic sound to start with, you can hold down the panel button. And you can press the panel button once to default back to what all the knobs are currently set to. Messenger.
All right, we're looking at like a 10-second cadence. Boom, 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 boom. Giving it to you quick.
Has two oscillators that can be combined along with noise and a sub oscillator, and this mixer section over here can be used to blend them all together. The mixer is actually totally clean and doesn't saturate it when you push it. I'm going to start off with a really basic sound using one oscillator and then add more voices and frequencies to make it more complex. Gonna mix in the second oscillator, then tune it down, then the sub oscillator, and some noise.
Not wasting no time. So this is why I wanted to show you Emily Hopkins' video, because it's brilliant. And once you start watching all these videos, you can see why Emily Hopkins got one of these, because she has the ability to jam, I mean, almost the whole thing into like a pop, 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 pop. Whereas Daniel Fisher, you sit down, you watch him cook, you let him cook. You let him cook for 35, 40 minutes. He's just cooking. This is like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's why I chose this video. And also because Harp Lady.
And then a low pass filter. Instead of continuing to play what I've been playing, I'm going to program it into the sequencer and use this filter section and a bunch of other stuff to modify the sound. Choose sequence, then record the sequence. Then these light up when you play each note. You press these to turn off individual steps, and then we'll play the sequence.
All right, so that's Emily. That's Emily Hopkins. Go check it out yourself. I threw it down in the chat. Let's jump back over and watch our boy cook for another little minute, and then we're going to move on to some Superbooth, because I really want to hear some stuff. Yeah, and listen, without a doubt, Patchdog and Bartok and Gato Boss. To me, they're the three best in the game when it comes to company men. Daniel Fisher's the other one, and Jack from Andertons is awesome too. They're my favorite. Jack from Andertons, Daniel Fisher, and all the Behringer Bros, Patchdog, Bartok, and Gato Boss. They're the best, right? They're enthusiastic and fired up. Daniel Fisher loves it so much he can barely speak. Oh, Sauce Boss, we got a panicking in here? Tariff. We got a panicking. Heads up, people. We got a panicking in the house. Just joking, Sauce Boss. I don't know if you're panicking or not, but there is a new species that has formed suddenly in the last 4 or 5 months called a panicking, and you can hear them everywhere. You be walking down the street and you're like, tariff. If you hear that, that's a panicking. It's the cousin of a pelican. It was made in a deep underground base, a DUMBS, a deep underground military base. The panicking was formed. It's a hybrid of a pelican and a human, and it was inserted with a brain chip that made him think that tariffs were worse than the Black Plague. Actually, the Panickin is a triple hybrid, okay? The Panickin is the hybrid of a human, okay? Usually pale white, skinny, or fat, but some spectrum, they're never muscular. So on the spectrum, but never muscular, pale, almost translucent skin, hair color is very random and weird. And then they hybridize that with a sheep and a pelican. And when they combine those together, then they implanted a chip in its head that made you think that that tariffs were worse than the plague. And you'll see them out in the streets or on the internet. You'll see them type the word tariff. That's the sound they make. Everybody misses the vintage mode sound. Nacho Jara misses you're gonna get it, dude. You're getting it for $899. You're getting the vintage mode sound. You're getting the vintage Moog sound from this. You just are. It's just the way it is. I think you just are. You know. And I'm not a huge Moog fan. And I got, you know, I got to call a spade a spade. I got to call a spade a spade. And I think that the Moog Messenger knocked it out of the park. I think In Music was brilliant with this. They moved into an entry level. They're finally given an entry gateway into the beautiful history of Moog. And I believe that Bob Moog would be looking down on this thing and he would be so damn proud of it. And I think they're going to make an absolute killing because this probably cost $200 to make, you know, maybe less, maybe cost $150. I don't know. I'd say it costs $200 to make that, to be honest with you. If I was to guess, $200 over in China and Taiwan, $200 to make and sell it for $899. Behringer proved that that's what's up. All right, so let's turn on my tunes here. And let's move over to let's see what's going on in the world of the Superbooth. What do you guys think, man? You down with it? You know, a Pro 3? I think a Pro 3 with a Moog Messenger, that would be wonderful. That would be beautiful. All right? That would be fantastic. Okay? I know a couple people that already bought one of these. I think Echo Craft might buy one. He should buy one. Because I think that Moog Messenger would look so nice on top of the Muse. Wow. All right, why buy hardware? What do we got going on here? Nacho Jara says, in my country, they are selling for $750, definitely less. What's your country, Nacho? Where you from, baby? Harmonic Sonics, got my SH4D updated. Harmonic Sonics, man, that's amazing. Now I want to export. Cool. Let's pop that up there for the world to read. Check out Harmonic Sonic's channel. He's got a great channel doing great live streams, great videos. Shout out to Tactical MIDI. I gotta say, I don't know if he's in here tonight, but check out Tactical MIDI's channel, man. I love the dude's live streams. I love his personality. I think he's talented, he's charismatic, he's hilarious, and he's a synth renegade to the core, and he's a Behringer bro at heart as well. And he's a legend on the MPC, man. So shout out to Tactical MIDI, bro. Sauce boss. I'll fly to Asia and get one for 100. Yeah, good idea. All right, let's move. So this is what we had coming in today. We're just gonna do a news breeze through. We got a firmware update coming in for the 2.0 to Roland. Desktop multi-timbral synths, got some new oscillator models and more. That's pretty cool. Substeps, pattern chaining. I mean, this here is going for cheap. The Roland SH4D, you can pick that up for almost nothing. 399 bucks some places, and that's a monster of a synthesizer. So also, if you're looking for something in a small form factor that you can pretty much create a whole wonderful jam with, you can pick that up. It's pretty awesome. Let's see what else we got. This excited me here. Let's check this out. I'm going to open up a few windows here. See what we got. Make noise. What's this? 8-channel function generator based on a super popular mass. Maybe I'll open that up. Check that out too. We got an Ovation control panel. Let's open that up. Base station, open that up. And we just did the messenger and the other stuff we covered the other night, the bento box. Yeah, so we're only looking for the top stuff, the newest stuff. I got some, so let's X that out. Think about synth anatomy. All right, so we got the groove synthesis, third wave, 8M, okay? Hybrid wavetable PPG style synthesizer with 8 voices and cheaper. So you just have Wolfgang, the original creator of PPG, release his PPG for $10,000, all right? So if you really want that sound, I think you pick up a Behringer Wave for $499, but if you really want some real, you know, super juice, you got to pick up the Groove Synthesis 8M. They just released this baby. It was 5K. Desktop was 4K. They're giving you this one 2K, 8 voices. I think it's awesome. 24 voice hybrid wavetable PPG synthesizer module. Now they're giving you 8 voice, okay? They're giving you 8 of the 24. You know, is it worth it? I don't know. But the Behringer's the way to go. 8 voices of polyphony instead of 24. 2 Gs for that. I don't know if that's worth it or not. It's got a beautiful screen. I love the layout. I was saying to Hans Volt earlier, man, if they could take this thing, and make a Oberheim expander in this form factor with that big screen, wouldn't that be phenomenal? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's see, yeah. We got Rourke on the go. But Tactical MIDI showed up. Hey, what's up, Tactical? Damn, bro. I must have had something itching my neck, dude. I was thinking about you, bro. I was watching your stream the other night and I was enjoying it so much. I was like, man, I got to give Tactical MIDI a shout out because he's got a great thing going on, man. I love it. I love seeing dudes consistently. Every Tuesday night he does a stream. It's awesome. It's a bit late for me, so I catch it usually the next morning or day, or if I can catch it at night, I jump in. But yeah, it's such a great stream, man. Tactical MIDI stream. Check them out. Machines One, throw Tactical MIDI's channel down in the chat if you don't mind. Just grab the link and throw it in the chat if you wouldn't mind. Get a few people over to Tactical MIDI's channel checking it out. All right, so let's see if we got, it's a beautiful little box. I don't know if we got a video. Let's check it out. Starsky got one. Boom, let's see it.
Here we are with Starsky, and we are introducing the Third Wave 8M. And the Third Wave 8M is a new model of the Third Wave family. So you've got the Third Wave 24 voice keyboard, which Starsky's got one of, and the Third Wave 24 voice desktop, which this gentleman is editing on. And now you've got the 8M, as we call it, the M meaning the module. And what this guy is patch compatible with the 24 voice versions. It's 8 voices, thus the 8, and it's 2 parts instead of the 4 parts. So
I mean, so basically, this is kind of interesting. So basically, they chopped off $2,000. It's crazy, actually. They chopped off $2,000. They removed 8, 3, 24, 8. Yeah, so they removed 2/3 of the voices. And instead of 4-part multi-timbral, now it's just 2-part. They still gave you a beautiful. So I think it's $2,000. I don't know, man. If you want that crazy digital, beautiful digital, I believe it's got analog filters too. I think it's got analog filters. It's a pretty cool synthesizer, man. I can't afford the third wave, but it's pretty cool.
we've got the same set of 8 analog filters, the analog back end, everything in it is the same. It's just a smaller package and a smaller set of controls. Although, I'll have to show you that here. So this is an example of what it sounds like. In fact, these are new patches that are available on both the full version and this one. And this is, I love Erasure, but this is a
cool synth, right? I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but for 2,000 USD, if you want a piece of that third wave, for everybody who doesn't know, a lot of the third wave people were involved with sequential. And this, I don't know if this is true, but I think it's true. But like I said, don't ever quote Synth Samurai on anything because you get yourself in big trouble. You know, just don't do it. Don't quote me on nothing. But I do believe that a bunch of the bros at Sequential designed third wave. They brought it to Big Dave and said, Dave, what do you think of this, man? This thing's legendary. Big Dave was like, it's an absolute legendary synthesizer, but I'm not putting that under Sequential or Dave Smith. So, but you guys, man, keep designing it. Go ahead with it. You got my full blessing and carry on. And they brought out a wicked synthesizer at a wicked price. But like I said, if you want a piece for $2,000, but if you really want the PPG right now, go pick up the Behringer Wave for like $499, $599. You can't go wrong. It's an absolute gem of a synthesizer. I think it's a little bit of a learning curve for programming, but everybody that I know who bought that thing absolutely loves it. No regrets. And even the British gentleman or the English gentleman, Robbie from ProSynth Network, even loves it, you know. And the boys are starting to really fall in love with Behringer. And I think, praise be to the good Lord above, that Robbie gets to be a beta tester for the legendary BX1 coming out, which is the DX1 clone from Yamaha with CS80 filters, a whole effects section in it. And good Lord, 1 filter per voice. Can you get any more gorgeous with polyphonic aftertouch? And it's probably going to be made of glass, baby. That's how gorgeous it is. All right, so let's keep rolling here. That's the third wave. Then we got this Morphon Echelon 6 analog polyphonic bucket brigade resonator synthesizer. Never heard of it. Don't know what the deal is, but let's check it out. Apparently, you know what? Sweetwater forgot my candy too. I'm definitely probably buying a Behringer Wave soon. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I'm most likely going to get that. It's almost 100% I'll have a Behringer Wave in this studio at some point in the future. Guarantee it. Put your money on black, baby. All right, let's see what we got here. Physical modeling synthesizers are known to be digital. The Morpho Echelon, however, takes an analog route featuring 6 voices, 6-part multi-timbral design, full analog audio path, and uses positive feedback system. Sick. Go ahead and hit the like button if you don't mind, please. The Mickey Rourke of the synth world, baby. Thank you. I actually love Mickey Rourke too, till he got his face Botox to pieces, and then he looked like that weird lady, Vava Jajor, or whatever her name is. Gaga Gibon. What was her name? What was the name of that lady who Botoxed her face to pieces? She ended up looking like a blown up leopard or something. What was her name? Gaga Jabor or something? Booge, booge, baby. You should see the shoebox I live in, you bougie bitch. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I ain't no bougie, you know what I mean, dude? I ain't bougie nothing. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Let's just hear some. Surely there's a video. No video. Give me a friggin' break. Someone's supposed to have a video of this. Somebody's got to have a video. Let's see if their website got a video. No video. But I bet you we can find one on the Intertron. Echelon 6. Let's have a look. Jump over there. Let's see if we can find one here. Of the Echelon 6. Zsa Zsa Gabor. That's right. Coco Chanel. One or the other. Yeah. Coco, is it Coco Chanel? Let's see if it was Coco Chanel. Pick up a Biscuit King t-shirt if you want one. Here, look. Go pick one up while we're looking for this. There's nothing more classic than the Biscuit King t-shirt and hat. If you want one, go grab yourself one. All right, I want to look this up. Coco Chanel, was it? Hold on. Coco Chanel. Is that who it was? Nah, not Coco Chanel, dude. Zsa Zsa Gabor. That's who it was. Zsa Zsa Gabor. None of these either. We need the older one. Zsa Zsa Gabor. No, it's not her. It's, hold on. Insane Botox face. That's got to. There she is. Kevin Marr. Is that a man or a woman? Actually, here's what we're talking about. This one here. These are the Botox beauties of today, all right? This is the one I'm talking about here. This is the one I'm talking about. Nope. Where is she? Absolute friggin' nightmare. Hold on. The thing of nightmares. Yes, you're right. Anyway, I don't want to be honest, I can't look at that really, to be honest with you. It's too much, really. All right, let's get back to the news. All right, so we were going to look this up, weren't we? Echelon 6 synth. Someone's got to have a video of it. Echelon 6 synth, Roland, SEO Space Echo. Where is it? Nobody got a video? Echo Craft $1.99. Versace. Yeah, that's who it is. Thank you, Echo. Versace. That's who it is. I don't think we got a video of the Echelon. Sorry. No Echelon video. Man, Sonic State just blanketing the internet with Superbooth vids, right? Let me go to their website, see if they got any updates. All right, we got the modular slice. Man, nothing from Arturia yet. I'm wondering if they're waiting for the MOOG tsunami to subside. You know? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering, baby. Shout out to all the Botox beauties out there. Stop doing it to yourself. You don't need Botox. You don't need to be at it. Just knock off with the Botox. It's friggin' weird. Okay. Modular Polymass, 8-channel. Let's hear this. They got a video of this? No video. Man, I'm getting annoyed. What do you mean no video? Boom. Out. Don't care. Unless you got a video, we're out. And this is Synth Anatomy, which is a great site. Nothing against Synth Anatomy. All right, let's check this out. Novation Launch Control 3.
It's been about, I think, 12 years since the last one,
Wow.
so there's some huge upgrades that we're really excited about. I mean, the top line differences, we're working with endless encoders, which we've got 24 of here, and we've got a screen on there, which is probably the biggest things to talk about in terms of hardware upgrades. But of course, along the back, I'll just show you, we've got 3 full-size MIDI connectors as well.
I see you have adapted the design to the current launch keyboards lineup.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we've just modernized it a lot more. So
Pretty cool. Launch control. What does it do? USB. It just launches stuff. Okay. Not exciting. Base Station 2. Now, this is pretty cool looking. Some people were saying in chat that this here actually sounds better or just as good as the Moog Messenger. I don't know. I think George G said that. Some people were hoping for a new MPC. It's not over yet. We still got all weekend. So we got all weekend on this. Base Station, MOAX, Swifty. Yeah, so if you're looking to pick up a base station, here it is. Dual oscillators with pulse width. Thank you, Rourke. Send me to Superbooth next year. Yeah, I'm going to get over to Superbooth next year, 2026. I got to get over there, man. I got to mix it up. We got to mix it up over there. We got to bring a little bit of you-know-what to this event. Jeez. All right, we got to bring a little bit of you-know-what. AFX mode, patch per key, cool pre-filter circuit draw, analog distortion. This thing's a monster. Absolute monster. Cool look. Cool new look. I dig it. Let's move on over to Gear News now. One for the FTE boys. Right here. One for the FTE boys. Let's check it out. We got the Teenage Engineering Field System in black to match your OPXY, to match your $2,000 overpriced piece of trash. We're gonna give you, although the other stuff I think is cool. It's still expensive. These three things are cool. The little mic, the mixer, and this little DJ unit style thing is cool. But the OPXY is junk, man. Don't go listening to don't listen to any of the shills telling you the OPXY is worth $2,000. It's not, it's crap, it's junk, it's a waste of time and a waste of money. FTE, do not be buying a Teenage Engineering OPXY. But these things are cool, but they're expensive, man. You're looking like, you know what this is? Look at this, 2,200 bucks, 3,200 bucks, 4,500 bucks. 6,000 bucks, basically. You're looking at like $5,000 right there. You can fit it all in the back pocket of your baggy jeans. Okay? You can fit all this in your two back pockets. It is pretty cool looking, actually. All right, I take it back. It's pretty cool. Echo, you're right. You're right, Echo. Or no, Machines. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good, dude. It looks better than the silver. Yeah, you know, I just changed my mind. I changed my mind so many times. I think that you're right. This looks pretty good, man. It looks good. I hate the OPXY, FTE all day, but it looks good. Let's check out the prices. If you want to get your hands on it, you're looking at $4,000 for the thing. Another $1,000 for that. Sorry, $1,500 bucks, 2,300 bucks, 3,300 bucks, 5,500 bucks, and then another 17. You're looking at 6,300 bucks for the whole shebang right there. So you can pretty much get a Moog Muse, you can get a Moog Messenger, you can get a Korg multi-poly, and you can get a Poly Brute 6 for the same price as all this. Think about that. Moog Muse, Moog Messenger, Korg multi-poly, and a Poly Brute 6. You can have all those for the price of all these. Just think about that. Yeah, thank you, Uli Behringer, once again for showing us the absolute insanity of this company and letting us laugh at everything they release and then letting us laugh more at the people who try to shill it to us. Because we ain't dumb, dude, and we ain't buying none of this crap, okay? But it does look dope. I never said the Teenage Engineering can't design awesome looking stuff, okay? And I just heard that word dope the other day on Tony Black's channel. Shout out to Tony Black, okay? I don't even know what dope means. I don't know where the word dope came from. I just seen the Machines One just use dope in the chat, so I used it. And I'm saying no to dope, bro. I'm not saying the word dope, okay? I'm with Tony Black. I ain't saying the word dope, okay? Not saying the word friggin' dope. No thanks. But I'll say bro all day. Okay. So that's it, man. I thought that was pretty cool. And Gear News got some other stuff. We have the Tip Top Audio Buchla model, 28 model Behold the Marf. How much is this going for? Let's check this out. Because Buchla ain't for the broke beaches either. All right? It ain't for the broke beaches either, okay? We got the Tip Top Audio. Hold on, where's my music? Hit my music. Thank you. Tip Top Audio. Oh, not bad. I think Machines One likes these, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Machines One is getting these. Tip Top Audio. I was thinking about something different. But yeah, these are pretty cool. For all the modular maniacs out there, that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Apple Music Gear TE, the she's be for the dopest fools. The shit's be for the dopest fools. That's right. Yes, just say yes to dope. Say no to dope, bro. Okay? Nah, I'm just kidding, man. If you want to do a little greenie, do a little greenie. Okay? Don't be meanie. Do a little greenie. Stop being so meanie. You know what I mean? All these mean dudes need to take a little green and relax a little bit, okay? Take it easy. All right? Take it friggin' easy out there. All right, so that's cool. What else we got coming up? Novation Launch Key, don't care about it. Novation Base Station, I don't care about it. Novation Launch Control, don't care about that. But look at these prices. This is the last two we'll do. I'll do Model Electronics, got the new Carbon 8 full keys, and then we'll do some deals, man. Listen, this is the variety show. We got deals, we got new releases, we got synth news, we got epic monologues at the beginning, thanking Uli Behringer from disrupting the synth industry and finally getting Moog to stop the nonsense and give people an entry-level synthesizer that sounds amazing, because they knew how much it cost to make stuff. We knew, but nobody would tell us. And then finally, Uli showed us that it don't cost that much money to make analog. So please, will you do it? So thanks, Uli Behringer, for the Moog Messenger. And thanks, Moog. I'm not thanking Moog, I'm thanking InMusic. All right, I don't thank Moog, I thank InMusic for the Moog Messenger, not Moog, because you never would have saw that if it wasn't for InMusic and Uli Behringer. All right, so the last synth we're going to look at is the Model Electronics Carbon 8. I like this company, I think it's cool. All right, and now they got a full size. This thing sounds like a monster. Now you got it in 61 keys. Absolute monster. Fatar keybed, high quality, 56 core waveforms, X-core cross modulation technology, 34 filter types, 3 ADSR envelopes, dynamic LFOs, the polyphonic 512 note sequencer. Bro, give me a break. This thing is a monster and it looks friggin' gorgeous. But you can get this without this little laptop spot or drum machine spot over here. But if you want a 61 key keyboard, I don't know if you can count on the company because they seem to be like that. But as far as I know, this thing sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. What we got here? Burn the herb. Stay away from the boy, the girl, and the dog, and the food. All right. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Machines One is the #1 broke beach, baby. He's panhandling all day. Machines, you need to get some live streams going, bro, so you can get some of that Heart Lady money. Okay? You play that modular unit. Aren't they bankrupt? No, they got bought out by the company that actually makes their synthesizers. So they went bankrupt, and the company that actually makes the synths in China said, we'll buy you, and then they bought them. Damn, dude, PLL, what's that? Samurai Superbooth Fun. You got it, baby. Thank you for DJ Wojtek for the 50 PLN, baby. That's that Polish Liro Neros, baby. I don't know what it's called, but thank you, my bro. Appreciate it. That is going into the Synth Samurai 2026 Superbooth Fun. Get me over there in that Apache helicopter. Land right in Superbooth. That's what I do. If I could afford to get a helicopter, I'll just land right in the middle of Superbooth in a neon pink helicopter. Kick open the doors. Take a bunch of ninja stars. Throw them all over the place. Appreciate that, DJ Wojtek. You're the man, bro. Check out DJ Wojtek's channel because he's an absolute legend. Crazy synthesizers, epic musician. He always buys and demos the coolest stuff. So DJ Wojtek is the man. Appreciate it, baby. We got the international travel fund set up here, dude. Polish Liro Nero, baby. We love it. Is that what it's called? Is it called the Polish Liro Nero? I made that up, but if it's called that, that's pretty cool. I must have just zapped it in my brain if it's the Polish Liro Nero. All right, let's check out some deals, and I gotta get out of here. Oh, Echo, I'm done sending you money. Check out. We'll do the bell for the international donation fund, baby. Appreciate it. All right, look at these deals. Teenage Engineering is the BML of synths. Yeah, you got that right. Look at these deals. We're just gonna go quick through these deals. We're going quick through these deals. You can pick up a HydraSynth Explorer, $569. You can pick up a HydraSynth Deluxe Silver, $16.99, baby. You can pick up a Poly-N synth for $359. That's a crazy deal. Super hot deal. $359. Poly-N Play, $569. Screw that. Go for the Poly-N synth. Sick deal. Matrix Brute, brand new, okay? Not these hand-me-downs. Brand new one, $14.25. Sick. But I don't know why you'd buy a Matrix Brute right now, new, when you can pick up a brand new Moog Messenger. I think it would serve you better right now, but the Matrix Brute is a beast. Echo Craft loves it. Next stop, baby, $15,000 Patreon is full at the moment. Not accepting any new Patreons at the moment. We're all full. We picked up 100 Patreons, baby, at $15,000 a month. We're full right now, so we can't accept any more Patreons at the moment. But I might open up a lower tier soon, okay? But right now, no more Patreons open. We're maxed to the gills. Matrix Brute should be free. I agree. This thing should be free. All right. Keylab, who cares? Arturia Minifreak Toman Edition, $285. That's a deal. That's a deal right there. That's a deal right there. We got the Arturia Drum Brute Impact, baby. I got it right here. I got it right here. I think you should pick that up. I think everybody should pick this up because it's gorgeous. It's cream. Okay? When you hit that analog bass drum, it makes you dream. You thought I was going to say something else, but we can't do that on this show. You know what I mean? We can't go saying that. All right, let's keep rolling. We got the Polybrute Noir for 2 Gs. Deal. Keystep, who cares? We got the Behringers coming in now, bro. Look at this. Pro VS Mini, 75 bones. Behringer UBXA, deal of the century, $799 for a 16-voice polyphonic aftertouch, 8 voices of atrophy, legendary clone of an Oberheim synth. If you want it, you got it right there, okay? Epic. The presets on it suck, but there's tons of awesome preset packs you can buy, and you can obviously make your own if you're into that too. Behringer Edge at $139, steal. Steal. Behringer TD3, 89 bucks, giving it away. Model 15, 211, giving it away. Behringer Odyssey, 422, giving it away. Monopoly right there. This is the deal of the night because I own it and I can vouch for it. Behringer Monopoly right now, $379. Now this is from Thomann, okay? But if you're over in Europe now, right now, buy it. If you're in America, I don't know, man, figure it out. But $379, even if you got to pay a little extra money, even if you can get the Behringer Monopoly for $499, that's amazing. It's one of the greatest synthesizers ever recreated. Okay. They make you pay a tariff from Thomann. Thomann are panicans. All right. You know what? Screw Thomann then. Behringer Pro 800, $255. Proton, $275. But guess what? There's about to be a massive deal announced on Monday, and that deal is going to probably make almost everything cheaper in the USA. And the Genius Act got signed today. A trade deal between the US and the UK got signed today. An insane deal is going to be done with Saudi Arabia on Monday. You just watch. All the panicans are going to have a panicking attack. Just watch, wait and see. Okay. All right, that's it. So I'm done now. I got to hit sex. I got to get up at 3:30 and I got to get to work, okay? You got to get to work too. So thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you. I am Synth Samurai. And you're not. Just kidding. I ain't Espen Craft, but I just think that that's funny. I thought that was pretty funny. I think that's a hilarious statement. Shout out to Espen Craft, Pure Synth Renegade. Whenever you see this symbol on a shirt, you know you're a Synth Renegade, baby. You know you're talking to a Synth Renegade. Can't be bought, can't be sold. This is the symbol for it right here. Wear it proudly. Shout out to Espen Craft, baby. Pure Synth Renegade. Big time. And yeah, that's the show for tonight. You guys take it easy. When you go to bed tonight, say a prayer. Thank you, Uli Behringer, for pushing Moog and InMusic in the right direction and finally giving all the people out there a synthesizer for a really affordable price, super high quality, amazing sound, and some futuristic features for an analog company like Moog. Thank you very much, Uli Behringer. Thank you, Bob Moog, for creating the company. Thank you, InMusic, for buying Moog and saving it. And also, thank you for bringing a synth to the everyman and finally allowing a gateway into synthesis and a gateway into history. Finally, the day we've all been waiting for. But the real thanks goes to Uli Behringer. All right? So good night, all. Peace out.